Hello Targar friends, hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Orc Mode workout, and today was Max Effort Deadlift Day. And just a quick reminder, for those of you who watch these videos, you know you like them, please click like down below. You guys know there's several guys who run a dislike bot. They come in and give 50 dislikes at a time, and only you can offset that. So please click the like down below. But today we did conventional deadlift against 57 pounds of chains. Overall, pretty strong. My grip gave out on the last one. You guys already saw that. I put it up earlier in a separate clip. When I got to the lockout, I got all the way to the lockout, extended it, and then just as I started to lower it, my grip completely slipped. I lofted it in the left hand. Now, that wouldn't count in comp. Like we would call that a mislift. Yes, I was strong enough to lock it. Yes, it went up good. I felt strong. I did not have the grip strength to maintain it. So, that being said, we got to work on grip a little bit more. And some of that was expected. I've been doing the chins every day, and I switched to just the rows. It is less grip training. I've realized already I'm going to have to do more grip work, and especially because I decided to pull the shrugs out, I'm going to go back to doing some pinch blocks every day. At this point, grip is going to be my limiting factor, because this honestly wasn't that bad. Look how smooth I lock it. It wasn't grindy, right? No grinding, no shimmying. I had that. So we have to get my grip stronger. Okay, it is what it is. No excuses. We don't make excuses here. Now people say, Jason, I used to make excuses for things. I don't anymore. Something's weak, we train it. We accept it. We say, okay, this is weak. I have to fix it. And we fix it by doing work. All right, I'm going to have to do a lot of grip specialization because my lifts are coming up. My squat strength's going up. My deadlift strength is going up. I'm building all the muscles. Grip is going to be the only thing that keeps me moving. Like my grip is going to be my limit now on deadlifts, especially noticing when I'm using chains and bands and things to see where I'm at the top. And it's not a terrible grip. I mean, I can hold 600. We've seen me hold 600 at the lockout. But that's like 625 or whatever that is. Slipped. I got to get stronger on the grip, and we will. Hip thrusts. These are going to be a mainstay, guys. I'm loving these, and I've seen tremendous amounts of data on these, research I've been looking at for months and months. And I've been wanting to do them. I just couldn't find a way to set them up, so I've been doing glute bridges. Loving them. And notice the linear progression. Made another 20-pound jump today from 4 days ago. Cranked out 5 sets of 10. Now, it was hard. It was challenging. But I'm going to be at 405 in no time. You know what I think would be a good lofty goal to reach for? Like 495, 500. 500 for sets of 10. Okay. Now that I've got the form down, now that it's progressing, I feel like if I can do sets of 10 with 500 on these, it's going to work wonders for my squat and deadlift. And I think more of my sumo deadlift than my squat, or than my conventional deadlift, because that conventional, I don't know, I felt it all in my erectors lower back, not mid back. Felt it in my spinal erectors, glutes, and a little bit of hamstring. That's where I felt everything on that heavy pull. And I didn't even really feel the grip slipping till I got to the top. So we need to bring those areas up, obviously, but grip is going to be a high priority, and all this stuff is getting stronger. These supplemental lifts are getting stronger. So I'm going to be strong enough to deadlift 650 before long. I've got to get my grip strong enough to handle it. But these hip thrusts are going to be instrumental. And again, notice the linear progression. And I don't see that slowing down anytime soon, so I'm going to hammer away. I've also realized those are going to be a mainstay. All right, we want to talk about the lifts that are going to get me strong on my big three now. It's going to be hip thrusts, good mornings, incline bench, weighted dips. And I'm going to push these hard. Not heavyweight, but get as strong as I can for good formal sets of 10. I need to get these 10 rep maxes up. Volume. Hit maximum recoverable volume on these lifts and push them. Good mornings. You can't see it on the side, but I went at 5 pounds, and I'm focusing on going deep, getting the deepest stretch I can while keeping my back in a safe position. Getting the deepest stretch, and I want to work these up, because what do I know? What have I said? The guys like Windler said they were doing sets of 10 with 225, and they were challenging when they used good form, and he was pulling 650. Okay? If I want to get to a 650 deadlift, I need to be able to do 225 for sets of 10, super strict, with no BS on these. Okay, that needs to be a goal. So I'm focusing now on just going slow and controlled, getting the deepest stretch that I can get to. Right? That's what I'm doing. I went up 5 pounds, trying to go a little lower, get a nice deep stretch. But it's slow, it's controlled. I'm coming up a little faster, but it's slow and controlled. All right? You don't want to play around with a good morning. Lightweight can do a lot of work on this exercise. This has rebuilt my conventional deadlift, just this lift alone. I mean, the sumos helped, obviously. The rows helped. This is instrumental. All right, so here's goals. Get to 225 on these. Strict and slow for 5x10. All right, I want to get to where I can do sets of 10 with close to 500 pounds on those hip thrusts. If I can get both of those, I think my squat and deadlift are going to be where I need them. They're going to be where I need them. Now, people will say, well, how long is it going to take you? A couple of months? No, it could take a lot longer. All right, good mornings. I'm going to go up very, very, very slow. Very slow. Those are maybe 6-month goals. Okay. Because I've got to do these after hip thrusts, and I'm always going to try to PR the hip thrust. I'm going to try to keep moving the hip thrust up, so I'm going to be fatigued. All right, take it slow. Get there little by little. Reach it. But this is what I have to do. These are going to be, those are my 4 big lifts that I feel like are the supplemental lifts when I've assessed all my weak points. And I see what needs to grow of what's going to get my big 3 where I want them. And I don't have goals yet for the incline and the dips. I don't know. If I can get to clean sets of 10 with 225 on the incline, I'll probably be good. And it may not sound like a lot to a lot of people. We think in terms of carryover is pretty good. I'll have to assess those as I progress on them and kind of estimate how much they carry over. But I feel like on these are numbers I need to aim for, because your supplemental lifts build your main lifts. All right, we're just testing. We're perfecting technique testing. We're getting used to maxing on these singles. There is some training stimulus, but it's not how we build our baseline strength. It's how we actualize our strength potential. Okay, it's where we find our weak points. And I've used these to find my weak points. I know where they're at now. All right, but these lifts are going to build the strength. And I need to have standards on these. These are numbers that I need to reach for over time to build the muscle that I need to lift the weight I need to lift. Because size equals strength potential. And I already know how to pull heavy. I already know how to squat heavy. I'm not going to get a lot more by dialing those in, other than maybe going back to my high bar squat without doing the box more often. That's about it. And I know how to perform these lifts. I know how to strain on them, and I'll practice that regularly. I've got to put muscle in the right places, and then I've got to have body composition, so I'll have to trim fat down further later. Because we gain muscle if we want to make weight to get leaner. If I put on 10 pounds of muscle, I'm going to have to lose 10 pounds of fat. I may have to lose more fat than that, right? That's what we have to do. Body composition. These are the lifts that'll get me there. And then other supplemental stuff, obviously. Rows help. All my grip, my upper back. These were tired, fatiguing. After doing all that other work today, after deadlifting, I've noticed rows are a little tougher. Even with the lightweight, right? Because I've got 165 on there. Rows are a lot easier after benching than they are after doing a deadlift. And then all the other posterior chain work, because all that's all pumped up still. But we'll ground through them. Last set was a little challenging. That's what we want. I'm using enough weight that when I go strict, when I go super strict, the last set is challenging. I'm having to pause to get the last couple of reps. That's what we want. Challenging sets, limit sets. Yeah, I do a ton of volume on these. They're going to help everything. These fill in a lot of the weak links that I need all the way across the board for squat, bench, and deadlift. Handles a lot of my upper back. And I feel like with these, all I really need for the upper back now is these and then the side laterals. Or lateral raises, whatever you want to call them. Apparently younger kids are telling me that's redundant. They're like, all you old guys call them side laterals. Yeah. That's what we've always called them. That's what it's called, right? Apparently not. And the kids don't call them that. So we'll call them side raises. How's that? Lateral raises. Chains, right? That'll build my traps up. But I'm going to need to do a lot more grip work. So pull the shrugs for now. The rows and laterals will build my traps further. I've got big traps. They can stand to get bigger. It will get bigger. My side delts come up. Anything that builds a side delt builds the upper trap too. Bring it all up. Grip, grip, grip. So I'm going to do pinch blocks today. After all this, can be a high priority. Probably do them most days. We do at least one set. At least one set every day of my pinch blocks. Just grip it till failure. Get some grip work in. I might put some of my farmer's walks back in just with lightweight. I need to start working more conditioning back in. I'm getting used to all this training volume now. A little conditioning won't hurt me again. I built up a lot, then I used it to do all this volume. But I can stand to do a hair conditioning. I think maybe the farmer's walks. You can use it to fill in the grip weak link. It can only help. Can only help. Some loaded carries. And then I did 3 sets of glute ham raises. That's all I could handle today, especially against the bands after all this other posterior chain work. 3 sets just killed my hamstrings and hips. That's all I had. I've got that band pulled down tighter. I realized on some of those it was easy because I was putting it on the wrong spot. Put it down low below that post where it can't slide up. Now it's harder. These are challenging. These are limit sets. And I feel them in my hips and my hamstrings both. And interesting, people say, well, what's the hips going to help? My squat. My squat. When I hit a max squat, particularly that last high bar I did, I think the 522, where I haven't tried to do any back squatting and just did it, I did feel that in the hips tremendously. They felt like my weak link. So I need the hip gains to bring my squat up. And I feel these in my hips. Yes, I feel it in my hamstrings more. But there is a very, very pronounced dull ache in my hips also at the end of each of these, at the end of each set. So it's definitely working that very effectively, and this covers everything. I mean, these 3 lifts will build your entire lower body. Right? This covers everything that we need. But I could only handle 3 sets today. It just pretty much was all I had in me, guys. It's a lot of work today, but happy with it. Felt like it was a productive session. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.